Hi, it's Celeste, your canary in the coal mine. Today I wanted to talk about the relationship between skin conditions and what you're eating and the chemicals in your house. So ever since I've been about 4 years old, I was a preschooler, I started getting these rough scaly patches on my skin, and it was called psoriasis. I didn't know that at the time, and neither did my mother. It took decades for somebody to diagnose it. But it's these raised red patches that are covered with kind of a silvery scale, and they peel a lot, and when they peel sometimes they bleed and they itch. And as I was growing up, I was getting more and more of those patches on my skin, especially in my hair. In fact, my mother, when she first saw that, thought it was dandruff of some kind, and was using dandruff shampoos to try to control it. Well, it turns out that there's been two major things that have allowed me to control my psoriasis pretty darn good. One is getting out in the sun. When I was in my early 20s, I went to a dermatologist, and this was way before all the scare about sun and stuff, who said, get out in the sun. I see your psoriasis gets better during the summer and it gets worse during the winter. So by all means, I would rather you get out in the sun than giving you harsh drugs to take. And I've been basically doing that my whole life. And the other thing that I found really helps with the psoriasis is the same restricted eating that I do to manage my arthritis and other autoimmune conditions that I have. Psoriasis, some people believe psoriasis is an autoimmune condition, and I kind of agree with that. Eating fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, and beans, and not eating dairy products, meat, wheat products, and a whole bunch of those kinds of things seems to leave my skin in much better condition. I don't have the flare-ups, and between the sun and eating more along an autoimmune protocol, then I really don't have much problem at all with the psoriasis. I have some little tiny patches in my hairline, and I have a couple of patches on my butt, which I can't get sun on and live in a public place. And I also noticed that there's a lot of kids nowadays that have eczema which is also another one of these conditions that could be autoimmune. And they have rashes around their mouth or on their chin or on their face, and I don't know what other parts of the body. Those are the parts of the body I can see. And I would suggest that it's well worth trying to not let the child eat every sugary, gooey thing under the sun, bakery products and so forth, for a while, and see if you can't clear up those conditions with a dietary change. And I'm also sure it's related to the chemicals that we have in our environment. Now, there's nothing I can do about the chemicals that are sprayed into the air and so forth, but I can control the chemicals that are in my household that I'm using for cleaning products. I don't have to have the Glade air fresheners. I can use essential oils, so I can substantially change what I'm being exposed to when I'm at home, and I can substantially change what I'm eating. And for me, it's really worked. So that was a little piece of knowledge that I wanted to share with you. And as usual, I want you to get well and stay well. Thanks.